Hello, I'm here with Barbara West, and she will be speaking at the Homeschool Convention in Colorado Springs on May 6th. And Barbara, I was wondering if you could just tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, what it is that you do with homeschooling, and if you can tell us a little bit more about what you'll be speaking about on May 6th.
Okay. I have 5 children. They range in age from 14 to 34, and we've been homeschooling since the 1980s, so about 30 years.
Wow.
We've been homeschooling. So we were homeschooling when you used to have an escape plan if the authorities knocked on your door. Like, where are your children going to go? What are you going to do? How are you going to answer the door? What are you going to say?
Yeah.
So we've been homeschooling when it was tough. You couldn't find curriculum. The homeschool conferences were non-existent. I mean, now there's speakers. You can do it online. You can read blogs. There's all kinds of books. When I went to the bookstore the first time, there were 2 books. And one was by Mary Pride, and one was by Greg Harris. And that was it. That's all the information that was out there.
Wow, that's phenomenal.
It's come a long way. Yeah. And the environment is better. I mean, every time we would go out in public, people would grill my children. What are you doing? Why aren't you in school? And now people don't say anything. They're used to, you say, oh, I homeschool. Oh, I know a lot of people that homeschool. So it's different. There's no animosity. There's not a lot of interrogation of your children, asking them, can you do this math problem?
Yeah.
Read this for me. It's not like that anymore.
Oh my goodness. Wow. I did not know the contrast. That's amazing. That's amazing. So what is it that you'll be focusing on in your speech, and what is it that you're hoping that people will take away? Like, what will they feel when they leave after listening?
Well, I'm going to be talking about 10 tips for successful homeschooling. And these are just very practical, very down to earth. It's nothing that's way out there. It's just normal things, practical ideas. Yeah. And main thing I want to tell them is it's a lifestyle change. You're not bringing the school down the street into your home. Now, if you want to set up desks and chalkboards and whiteboards, go ahead if that's what you're comfortable with. But I like them to understand that it's just a lifestyle change. And it might take you a few years to make that transition from what you've been doing to what you're going to do. Now, if your children have never been to school, there's not a lot of undoing of things. They're not expecting things because they've never been. But if you take a child out of the school, public, private, whatever, and bring them home, they're used to that teacher being the authority, and suddenly now mom has that authority. So there's a struggle there on both sides with the children and with the parents. So I just want them to know it's a lifestyle change. And you're not just bringing the school home and adding it in like another activity. You're going to have to make some changes. And so I talked to them about how to rethink their life, that they need to take some time and sit down, read books, read articles online, do things online, go to physically. I really think you need to go physically to a conference so you can make those relationships. You can see people, and I mean, like, they're real people, and you can ask them the questions you're going, how do you do it with toddlers underfoot and you're trying to teach somebody to read? How do you do this? Yeah. So I'm going to just give them some practical tips so they get their heads going and then they get their home organized. And it might take a few years for it to start flowing, but I mean, easily, because everybody's thinking, okay, I've got this dream picture in my mind. It doesn't always go exactly like you're thinking. Yes. So what I want them to take away also is that they're encouraged, that they've met real people that are doing it, and they're going, okay, they've done this, they can answer my hard questions, and they can encourage me as I take these tiny baby steps and maybe giant leaps at the end of the year.
Awesome. Well, that sounds invaluable. That sounds amazing. And especially to make those connections and with someone who has so much experience and can give the tips of, through the range of experiences that you've had. I look forward to it. Thank you so much, Barbara, and we look forward to hearing more on May 6th.
Okay, you're welcome, Denise. Thank you very much.